So, if this is all about proving something to someone, you might be serving your ego more than you're serving your purpose. Likewise, your exact same goals that you set earlier could be to serve your purpose. It all depends on the reason why behind them. You may want to start an online business to help others achieve financial freedom. You may want to control your income so that you can provide for your family and have more time to help others in your free time. It all depends on the reason behind your motivating desires. Does that make sense? You just want to pay attention that if the why behind your desires is only to serve your ego, then those desires may not be your true path to purpose. And that's a dangerous road to be on. Okay? A key indication that you are on the right path is when you get this insatiable fulfillment by helping others. Then you know that that is God's design for your life. And you must figure out this purpose as step one, or you fall at risk of going down the wrong path. So what I mean by that is, if you're serving your ego and the reasons behind what you're doing is an egocentric reason instead of divinely centered, you are likely going to face burnout. You don't really love what you do and you don't understand why you're doing it, or the reason's just not big enough to put up with. Let's face it, there is unfortunate, annoying things in business that we have to deal with and that we have to do. But is the risk worth the reward? And if you don't really have a clear purpose behind what you're doing, eventually that answer is going to be no. No matter how much money you're making, you're going to come to that brick wall. So, get ahead of the game by step one and figure out your divine purpose first. Make sure you're always serving that purpose, because that is going to be your North Star for guiding you along the path. Every decision should line up with that divine purpose. If it doesn't make sense, if it's serving a different purpose, you may actually be veering off your path, and that is not what you want to do. It's going to lead to wasted time, lost opportunities, maybe you lose money, burnt bridges even. The list goes on and on, but we don't want to do that. Now, I believe we're also capable of serving multiple life purposes. So maybe you are a spectacular parent. Does that mean that that's your only gift to the world? No, and I think it's a wonderful and important job to raise your children with all of the important morals that you want to instill in them, and decision making and all those kinds of things. But the point here is, what are the unique gifts that you have that are meant to be shared with the world? Okay, not just your family to serve your little unit. We want to serve the world in one way or another. So, there are so many different ways that you could do that. I'm not even going to start listing examples, because it's anything. You can serve the world in any way, shape, or form. I'm attempting to serve the world right now by making this podcast, by being brave, discussing topics that are important to me and helpful in business. And I want to save people time from making mistakes. So think in terms of not just your physical talents when you're trying to come up with what your gifts are for the world. You want to think about what talents and knowledge and abilities you have, but more importantly, think about your personality traits. What do other people love about you? What would your mom say are your best qualities? In 8th grade, I won the Best Friend Award. So long ago, I already knew I was a good listener, and I like to make people feel good. I like to inspire them on their path, on their goals. I like to find out more about them and talk about deep conversations, not just meaningless stuff. So if you really start to think about it, these things may have been with you for a long time. And now it's just time to fine tune how you can use those skills in your life today and give back to the world, and maybe even monetize them. Okay? Because as we give to the world, we deserve to be in receiving for our gifts that we give. I believe that full-heartedly. God wants us to share with the world what He gave us. And in return, I believe we are rewarded for doing so. It's a brave thing to do. So, also think about, what things do you absolutely love that you could never get tired of? For my boyfriend, that's playing golf, taking repetitive swings over and over until his hands are blistered. But that's when I knew there's something special in you, about you and golf. Now there's so many different things that he could do with that. He wants to play on the professional tours, but maybe he finds another career that's golf related. Maybe he ends up coaching golf later in life. This could be his passion forever because he never ever gets tired of it. That is a clear indication that your soul is on fire for something and that you have a knack for it, even if it takes work. Okay. Now, I know this was a deep one today, and I absolutely love going deep into topics like this. But hey, this is the first podcast. We're only 10 minutes in, and I hope that you've got some really good stuff for your brain to chew on today. And I want to remind you as well that if you're already in business and you have a purpose, but you're not really feeling it lately, maybe it's just a matter of reframing the way you look at what you do. So what I mean by that is, say you're a small business owner and the routine tasks that you do are not super fulfilling, but the main purpose behind the business is helping others, and there is a bigger message there. Maybe you're too focused on the small pieces, and maybe you need to give up those things that you hate and delegate them out. These are the kind of decisions I help people make as a small business consultant, but it's important to be framed in on that North Star that we discussed earlier. Be clear on that. What is your purpose? Where is it coming from? And what is it driven by? And how can we always stay in alignment with that purpose? Now, get comfortable getting out of your comfort zone and increasing your awareness about yourself. You should always be asking yourself, why am I this way? Why do I do this thing? Why do I think that way? Why do I feel like this? Now be kind to yourself. Have a little mercy and grace on yourself. But it's important to self-explore your thoughts and your actions and your feelings every single day and figure out where they're coming from. What are they triggered by and why? This is so deep, but it's really work that you can do by just asking yourself questions all the time about your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And finally, you need to be praying. Okay? This is called In Spirit Flow, and I will get into what that name derives from maybe in the next episode. But it's got spirit in the word. Spirituality is a super important and crucial and foundational component to your business and your life. And if you're missing it, you're building a foundation, you're building a house on a foundation of sand. You need to be clear on why you're here and who's really in control of that. Now, it's up to you to take steps towards your goals, but it's also up to you to be clear on who's in control and what He wants for you in your life. So how do you do that? You pray. So you could even say a simple prayer for God to please reveal His purpose in your life. And thank Him. Always be thankful for all that He has done. You want to be open and quiet, devoting time to receive any response. It may not be an audible response, but it may be a feeling. It may just be a realization of sorts. So you want to pray. You want to get in communication with God, your Creator, the one who is truly in control. And you want to ask Him to deliver and make clear your purpose, your life purpose. You can even just ask God to reveal it to you. And you want to be sure to thank Him for all that He has already done. There's so much to be grateful for. I need to remember to thank Him throughout every single part of the day, and we all do. So I think we're going to stop there for today. I have so much more I am excited to share with you. I'm so thankful that you've stuck with me today and opened your mind up to these deep thoughts. Don't push them away. You want to invite them in, and this is not something that's going to make sense the first time you hear it. These are thoughts to carry you throughout the day, and to really think about how you can start incorporating them into your life and become more aware. And make sure you're in alignment with your purpose, or it's going to cost you. We have one life to live, so we need to be on purpose with it. Thank you so much for being here today. This has been a dream of mine to begin coaching and sharing my wisdom and thoughts with you. And I hope to be your best friend in business. I'm not out here to stroke my ego. This is actually really difficult for me, but I'm here, I'm showing up, and I am really looking forward to engaging with you. So if you could please leave a review about what you think of this podcast, and make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when we upload the next one. Thanks so much. Have a great day.